Okay, so let's talk about using the food scale. And this trips up a lot of people. And it actually tripped me up when I first got the scale. And it wasn't until I had the scale for a while until I figured out all the nuances of the food scale. So let's do it. So on a food scale, typically you're going to have, let's use another one. You're going to have your unit button and you're going to have this tar. All right. You have a unit button and you have this Z/T. You can't really see it on this one, but it's the same thing. It's the tar. So the idea is when you turn it on, it should be 0 when you turn it on. All right. So 0. Same thing. You're going to see 0. So 0. I'm pressing it, so that's why it's not 0. But the tar is to 0 out the scale. So boom, 0 out the scale. Right now, the units are in fluid ounces, but if you hit unit, you can get to grams. So we want to weigh everything in grams. Same thing here. You want to weigh everything in grams, so you hit 0, 0 out. It's already in grams. If you needed to change the unit, you could change it to milliliters, to pounds, to ounces, back to grams. 0 out. Now, let's talk about the numbers we see. So if we wanted to weigh something, if you want to weigh something, there's two things you can do. You can either 0 out the scale and then put your item on the scale. That's going to get you what it shows, 569 grams. So now that you know there's 569 grams, you can use it in your recipes. Another way you can use the scale is, let's say, put it on, turn on the scale. Whatever's on the scale is not going to be accounted for. But once you take it off the scale, you still get a negative 569 grams. So the way you use that and the way it comes into play is if you are trying to weigh things such as, let's say, the peanut butter. So for the peanut butter, you can either put the peanut butter on the scale, 0 out the scale, and now whatever you take out of the container is going to come off of the scale. So one serving of this peanut butter is 12 grams. So if we want 12 grams, an easy way to get your 12 grams using the scale is subtracting from the scale. That's -7 and that's -12. And the great way about using the scale this way is because if you take too much out, that's -14, you can always put back what you don't need. So that's now -12 grams. That's one way to use the scale. The other way, and 0 it out. The other way is 0 out the bowl. It's now that it's 0'd out, you can just simply add your 12 grams. But the problem with this method is if you put too much in, it's going to be harder to take out more than you put in, especially if there's more than one type of item in this bowl. So let's say it was milk in there and you wanted to add powdered protein or the powdered peanut butter, you wouldn't be able to subtract. So that's why I don't recommend adding to your plate unless you absolutely have to. I recommend taking the condiments from its container while it's on the scale. And hopefully that helps.